Hi, we're back cooking with Cheron, and we're not really cooking today, but we've been talking about my whole weight loss journey, and as you see here, I don't look the best. You know, this is a big chef jacket. I think you saw in another video clip how I've been transitioning from the start to now. Well, let me roll back the tapes a little bit. So I started this whole journey, I'd probably say almost a year and a half ago now. And it started because someone had this great, if you want to call it great, creative idea to have an intervention. And that's what he calls it. So I guess over the months, I had been gaining more and more weight. You all know I had my rotator cuff surgery, and then I gained more weight. I was looking at videos and I said, man, Cheron, you're getting bigger and bigger. And then I looked back at one of the videos in this particular chef jacket. Oh my God, it was way too big. It wasn't fitting my brand. It was way in the beginning when I didn't do a good, proper setup. So I said, you know what, something's got to change. So this is the old Cheron, and now we're transitioning over to the new one. So this is how it all went down. So Lenzy says to my mom and my sister, hey, you know what? Nothing is working. Nothing's working. Cheron's not listening. And we need to do something because I think maybe if she sees it visually, maybe that'll help. I wasn't even supposed to be recording that day. Literally, I had rotator cuff surgery probably about a week and a half prior. And I thought I was going to be cooking because Lenzy was here and we had the production, all the cameras and everything. So I created something that I thought was easy for me to bake or make even with one arm. Well, that video, oh my God, y'all. When I saw it eventually, well, Lenzy saw it obviously first, and he said, I'm not going to embarrass her, even though he did embarrass me with that jacket, you know, by not telling me Cheron was way too big. It didn't look good. You weren't crisp. You weren't polished. But I guess, you know, baby steps. And so that video never came out until now. And as you all could see from the video, I was in rough shape. I was in terrible shape. The athletic, healthy Cheron that I was accustomed to being, you know, from my younger years in high school, college, and even post-college, I always took care of myself. I always took pride in good, healthy eating and living. And for whatever reason, it just got away from me. And just like myself, you too can take control of your health. Your health is wealth, right? So you can take control of your health by doing all the things that I've talked about before. Meal prep, great portion sizes, healthy exercise and living, drinking the right things. I used to, because I was stressed all the time, I used to, you know, drink a little wine, drink a little drink here and there. And that sugar, you all that adds up. And then you got what you had before this. And so, like I said, I hired a nutritionist. Even though I know all this stuff, I needed someone or something to hold me accountable. And that was it for me. It could be for you, another friend that's on a weight loss journey as well. Or it could just be writing something down and looking at it every day in your notes. You know, you're holding yourself accountable, you're working out, you're eating right. And so this nutritionist actually was, but before the nutritionist, I have to incorporate one other person. Another small business owner, Marsha Evans. She actually was here. We were working on something, a collaborative effort. And she said, I said, man, girl, you look good. And she said, yes, I've, you know, taken control of my health and I hired a nutritionist. And I'm like, you know what? I was actually I asked my GYN when I went for my annual, you know, I think I'm getting a little overweight. And she immediately said, yeah, Cheron, you are. And I'm like, oh my God, she's so direct. But she was like, yes, you are. I can help you out. She actually prescribed, and because I asked her to, I actually asked for, you know, all these weight loss drugs. And of course, I didn't qualify for it. She was like, you're not that overweight. You are overweight by probably 40 pounds. But we're not going to do the Ozempics. We're not going to do, all the other, those type of drugs. But I could, try you out on something else. And I was all for it. And I was telling Marsha about this. And she was like, that is horrible, Cheron. I can't believe you're even thinking about taking any drugs for weight loss. And I'm like, I know, girl, but I was trying to take the easy route. Easy isn't always the best route. Nothing is worth having without a struggle. My dad used to tell me that all the time. And he was right on point. So actually, she was one that pushed me to hiring the nutritionist and then taking myself completely off of this particular drug. And so it was metformin, and that's used for diabetes. And I am not diabetic, so why was I even using it? Don't ask. We're past that chapter, and I decided to just do the whole, focused on portion sizes, the right food, the right timing, and incorporating more exercise into my lifestyle. And so I did. And it wasn't an overnight success. It was immediate. It wasn't immediate. It was gradual. So it was, okay, Cheron, maybe you won't lose but 1 or 2 pounds in 2 or 3 weeks, but it's consistent. You have to be consistent with it. You have to be disciplined. You have to change your mindset because getting on a scale is not always the right answer every day. You have to do other things. Were my clothes fitting differently? Yes. You saw that in the jacket. That was back then it was too big. And then I got to a point to where it was too snug. Now it's just right. So I say all this to say is that everyone can go down their own healthy lifestyle and track. And sometimes you just need that push, that extra person to say that notice, this is not the real Cheron. This is not how Cheron should be living, how she should look. And I talked about it before, it's a brand, it's a whole picture. It's a complete package where you want to coach and show people how it's done the right way. I think I've done a pretty good job. Like I said, it wasn't overnight. I have, and pictures are worth 1,000 words. So the video, the pictures, that is what was showing me my progress along the way outside of the scale. So January, I took some pictures, July, and then December. Man, can you tell a difference? And I feel good. I feel so much better. I'm finding alternative ways to eat and to live as far as what I'm putting in the food for myself and then also for customers here at RX Catering. So it's a full circle moment where it's also a win-win where people, not only like myself, I know I could do it, you can do it. So you've seen the journey. If you haven't, rewind the tapes, you can take a look. And again, you too can do this. And I encourage you to start that healthy living today. Okay, and since I'm being 100% real, authentic, transparent, here's that video that I was talking about.
Ay, ay, ay. Ready? Oh.
Hi, we're back cooking with Cheron. And as you all see, I'm a little under the weather. But I said, I cannot sit around any longer. I had rotator cuff surgery, and if you're anything like me, you just have to be moving, have to get out. So I'm going to attempt to do this today. I'm not going to say whose idea it was to try to get out and cook, but I said, I'll try and figure out something and make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just probably cook, as you see, with one arm, and we're going to make this thing work. So let's get started. So usually I always figure out something that is healthy, easy, quick, economical, and I think I have a winner for you. Maybe not the healthy part, but it's going to be filling. And since I've been sitting around, I just wanted something that was easy and something that was good. So who doesn't love baked potatoes? Well, I do. And so I said, let me think of something that is filling and you could probably do at home pretty quickly. If you have everything prepped. So all this stuff today, I had to do with the help of others because, as y'all see, I'm not really in the best of conditions. So let's get started. As you see here, traditional baked potato. You can find this obviously at the grocery store. And what I did ahead of time was I pre-baked 4 of them. And again, you can do the quantity that you need. And so I've already gutted out my potato right here. So what I did was I wrapped it in, I tossed it in olive oil and salt, and then I baked it for about an hour, hour and a half until they were soft. So I went ahead and did the 3 that I have right here. I wanted to show you what I did. Just take a small sliver off the top, because this is going to be like a bowl of a baked potato. So as you see here, I just took the top off, and then just take your knife and do this while it's kind of fresh out of the oven. It's still a little warm, not too hot, because you're not going to be able to do all this. And you're going to gut out the inside. And then just take a spoon and take out the contents. So be careful, because you want to keep some of the bottom layer in there just for, so all the toppings and the filling aren't going to fall out. Okay, so again, this is something very simple. It's not healthy, I already know that, but it's going to be filling. And what I'm not showing you today is you could fill your baked potato. I mean, your traditional stuff, broccoli, cheese, bacon, chives. But you could also, I just didn't have the time nor the energy. I'm still on some narcotics. And I'm not driving, so I have to rely on other people. But you could also mix in chicken, like some chicken breast. That's going to be filling as your protein. And any of the other toppings. You could do crab, shrimp as an insert. But again, it's to your liking and also your preference. So if you wanted this to be a vegetarian option or a vegan option, we could have some vegan cheese and sour cream that we could add in. So all the items that you see out here are going to be the base of our mixture. And so what I have here is I did traditional sharp cheddar cheese, and then I like Gouda and the flavor of it. So I did a smoked Gouda, as you see here, right there. And then I have broccoli, because I love broccoli, and you can't have all these carbs and everything without any vegetables. So we got to include that. And so I also have sour cream, heavy cream, and butter. So, and then of course traditional seasonings we'll go through in a second. But if you have all these at home, you can do this. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit off the top. I don't want to waste anything, because as my staff here knows, that's money, and we're not wasting money. Okay, so we have all of our potatoes ready. Just find an oven safe pan to put them in. I just have an aluminum pan right here. We have our contents of our mixture, and this is pretty soft, so I'm going to attempt to use the spoon, but you could also use a hand blender. But I want some consistency to my potatoes, so that's why I don't want to whip it up too much. But if you want to have a smoother consistency for your the inside of your potatoes, that's no problem. You can actually use a hand mixer. So I'm going to take about a cup of heavy cream and then a half a stick of butter. I used real butter. And then we're going to use, I have measured out a cup and a half of sour cream, but I don't know if we're going to need that much, but we'll start off with about a cup here of sour cream. We're going to mix all of this together like this. And then we're going to add in our cheese. Now with your broccoli, I like my broccoli a little crispier. I don't want it all mushy or anything. So what you can do, if you are the same way, then you can roll like this. So what I do is I cut florets, or I had help cutting florets of broccoli. But you can actually, if you'd like, like steam it. So if you want to do that, that's fine. We're gonna bake this anyway, so it's gonna cook down just a little regardless. I just don't want a whole bunch of soft broccoli in my potato. So we're gonna add in the we're gonna add in the broccoli to our potato mixture, as well as our cheese, our cheddar cheese. And again, you don't have to use smoked Gouda. I just, that's my personal preference. If you want, I like Vermont sharp cheddar. That's not what this is today, but that's an option. Put that in, mix all this in, and a little more broccoli. I also have bacon here. You can use, this is regular pork bacon. Again, we're not going for the healthy route today. That's okay. You can cheat every once in a while. And you can also use turkey bacon, or you can not use bacon at all. I know the people that are going to eat this today don't mind eating pork, so we're going to roll with the pork bacon. All right, and then I have fresh chives here. We'll add that. Fresh chives, a little bit of salt, garlic, and I have black pepper. Okay. All right. So, as you see, this consistency is mixing up nicely. We probably have a lot too much. We're going to eat it. No worries. Okay. I'm going to put in a little bit more butter. And then let me try it. But this is all ready to go. We're going to fill our potato boats back up. That's good. Let me add in a little more salt. And add in my bacon. Again, this is all stuff that whatever you like at home, what you have, that you would traditionally put on a baked potato. Okay, so let's load up our potatoes here. I'm not doing too bad. I don't know if my mom would approve of me being back here cooking, but again, I'm taking it easy and I had help prepping, so all good. All right, let's stuff our potatoes. Boats. That looks so good. I'm using a scooper just because it's easier on my shoulder, but you could scoop it with the spoon or with your hand. All right. And then we're going to top it with a little bit of cheese, a little more cheddar cheese, and I'm using smoked paprika. This is going to be so good. I can tell already. Now, I don't know you want to eat this, at the end of the night. You definitely don't want to do that. Maybe you want to run around the block first, do some exercise, some cardio, and you're still burning some calories, then you can go all in and eat this. But, all right. So doesn't this look great? And like I said, we will top it off with some cheese, some cheddar cheese right here, and a little bit of paprika. Make sure your ovens are set at 350, about 350. And we're going to bake this for about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. Again, here, my oven is a little bit higher power, so it may take a little bit less time. All right. So, finish it off with this. A little bit of paprika. If you don't have smoke, just use regular, no problem. And bam! It's looking really good. So, we're going to put these in the oven, and we'll see you back in about 15-20 minutes. Ready? Okay. Okay, we are back. It should have been, well, for us, it was about 15 minutes. And I'm just taking these so I can present them nicely. But you can just take them straight from the oven and onto the plate. Don't these look amazing? Oh my gosh, I just love, again, they're not the healthiest, but they're going to be so good. So, again, here's your loaded baked potato. And you could top it with some fresh chives if you wanted. We include them in the mix. So, bam, there you have it. So until the next time, we'll see you at Cooking with Cheron. Thanks for joining us. Let's see.